Hola, buenos días. My name is Zheng. I'm from the University of Concepción in Chile. My talk today is about the reproducibility crisis in evidence-based software engineering. Actually, the reproducibility issues in evidence-based software engineering are not new. Some researchers have summarized a set of factors that might cause issues in reproducing or replicating the existing studies in the evidence-based software engineering domain. But our focus is on automatic search only. Why? Because the automatic search can be viewed as the beginning or the starting point of the whole process of conducting an EBSE study. Okay, let's forget about all the guidelines, but only thinking about this procedure from the data flows perspective. All right, firstly, we need to search for candidate data. Of course, based on the predefined research questions, we search for candidate data from the digital libraries. Then we need to select relevant publications from the candidate ones. By reading the metadata or the full text of the selected relevant publications, we can extract useful and specific data. In order to gradually develop new models, new frameworks, or to draw new conclusions. So really, search plays a cornerstone role in such a process. All right. And our hypothesis was like, well, we believe, the automatic search can largely be reproduced. If this is true, we will have a relatively solid common ground and gradually to investigate the other factors. Okay, this was our hypothesis. And we even defined 3 indicators to try to measure the reproducibility. To save time, let's only focus on the third one for now, all right, which is reproducibility of automatic search. By reusing the reported search strings and by repeating the reported search activities, can we obtain at least a similar or close amount of search results from the reported search sources? Okay, we do not supplement new search sources. We don't remove the existing search sources. Okay, we try to reproduce everything reported from the original study. By testing over 300 sample studies, surprisingly, we see that the reproducibility rate is super low. It's even less than 5%. What happened? Well, there are many reasons. We have identified many reasons, even more than what we reported in the paper. We just selected major ones to report. All right. And due to the time limit, here I only demonstrate several typical examples here. For example, in this study, the authors claim to perform the automatic search by using all the possible combinations of the search terms from 2 groups. Okay, the first group has 29 search terms and the second group has 44 search terms. But you can imagine, you can have a look how many possible combinations of these search terms. So there's a combination explosion. I really doubt about the authors followed such a rule to conduct their automatic search. And I really doubt about anyone can reproduce their automatic search. Okay, but this paper is published in a top journal. The second example, the authors summarized the search results into a table. Clearly, you can see that they obtained much more results from IEEE than from the other search sources. Okay, accordingly, the authors defined a specific selection strategy for the IEEE returned papers. They only screened the first 20 pages okay, which sounds very reasonable. But don't you think there's something wrong with the search in IEEE Explorer? There might be something wrong, right? Given such a huge difference in the search results among different search sources from different search sources. So if we look at the search string they used in IEEE, you will easily find there are bugs. Okay, to save time, I don't elaborate that what type of errors, syntax errors there. So no wonder they have exceptional numbers returned from IEEE. Unfortunately, the authors just let it go. I really appreciate their honesty. They just report whatever they observed. But they just not serious. I think they are not serious enough about the automatic search. Okay, they just didn't really double check their search string or search activities on IEEE. So in this case, let's imagine, even if we manage to reproduce such an incorrect automatic search with the incorrect search string, what for? Because the whole study might have been flawed, right? But this paper is published in the top conference, all right? So for now, maybe we can claim that we should emphasize the researcher's responsibility to guarantee more reproducible automatic search. Okay, we can claim that it's all the researcher's fault, but not really. Not really, because there are also surprising limits of search sources. As we know, the search sources are always evolving. Okay, we can even imagine that, or we can just directly observe that they are evolving. But unfortunately, not all the evolutions are good. For example, ScienceDirect. ScienceDirect used to support long search strings with more Boolean operators, but now it has a maximum limit of 8 Boolean operators. The same thing happened in SpringerLink. SpringerLink used to support abstract search, but not any longer. We don't know why. And there are even bugs. I can easily trigger this bug in IEEE. There are also other bugs in different search sources. Okay, to save time, I just demonstrate this one. That is quite convenient for me to show you in the presentation. Now, let's recall the whole story. We know that automatic search is the basis or the cornerstone for the whole process of an evidence-based software engineering study. If the reproducibility of automatic search is poor, we can imagine that the reproducibility of the existing evidence-based software engineering studies must have been even worse. So it's really a crisis. We shouldn't underestimate the existing issues. Something like, well, it's just a trivial syntax error, or the search string is missing, but maybe the conclusions are still valid. I don't think we can be tolerant like that. It's really a crisis. So to at least relieve the current reproducibility crisis, firstly, we urge the committee to define some reproducibility-friendly regulations, in addition to the well-discussed guidelines, especially for junior researchers. Okay, we shouldn't just simply ask them to document everything, because their activities might have been wrong from the beginning. And secondly, more importantly, we urge the existing digital library players, vendors, to pay more attention to this reproducibility crisis. Please do something to help the researchers, to help the community. You are part of the community. For example, you can do something like try to unify the search engine mechanisms, try to unify the interfaces, try to offer the APIs to the researchers. Okay, just do something. Do not evolve in the wrong way. That's all. Muchas gracias.
Again, Let's start with the questions about the last paper in this session. So Zheng, which is the only author of the paper, is today with us, and he's going to answer any questions you may have for the next 5 minutes. So first question is from Patricia Matsubara. In the case of wrong search strings, like in example 2 with IEEE, did you investigate the impact? Loss of relevant papers or too much irrelevant papers?
Should I answer right now? Or?
Yes, please do it.
Okay, good. This is a very, very good question. I would say or at least at the beginning, I have thought about that, because at the very beginning, I only found, when I just found the very typical examples, I have thought about that. But it tends to be a mission impossible from 2 aspects. Firstly, look at how many papers I have double checked. It's quite relatively, okay, a huge amount of papers. It's in terms of the workload size, it's unless we have a large scale of the collaborations, okay? I'm not saying it's theoretically impossible. But in practice, it could be hard. And secondly, some of the papers didn't really report what are the relevant papers they selected. So we don't have counterpart to compare. To address, for example, this question. So I would say it tends to be a mission impossible. It could be possible for particular papers, but it's not suitable for such a large scale of empirical work.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this answers your question or not.
Okay, thank you. So let's move on to the next question. So Wouter Gronebel has 2 questions. So the first one, he says, great find those bugs, but shouldn't we report this to IEEE webmasters? Didn't read the paper, maybe you did.
No. No. I just talked to Sila, right? Chair?
Yes.
Yeah. I just talked to Sila a moment ago. This is a very tricky question, because my answer could be culturally incorrect, because we at least for now, I already invited. The previous work was done by myself, but currently I'm working with quite a few colleagues together to extend this work. For now, we have identified 13 bugs on 8 libraries. And we haven't reported any one of them yet. Please allow us to be selfish, because we would like to make them into our publication, in our extension version of the publication. That's one of the reasons. Many reasons probably. But once our paper is published, it's like we will of course we will do this, and we will use our paper as it'll be quite easy for us to report those bugs. We have documented, we have given concise demos to document how we can reproduce the bug, 13 bugs on 8 libraries. And about the second question, Sarah, may I directly answer the second question?
He asked another question, Wouter, but since we have only 1 minute to go, let's move on to another question that somebody else has asked. So Charles Way is asking, well, he says that scary, that 5%. I've also found a surprising number of important papers missing from the databases. Did you see that too?
Yes. That's why there's a common suggestion already from the community. We should employ multiple databases or libraries to search for empirical studies, search for primary studies from the literature. Okay, rather than relying on the same database, we also kind of tried different search strategies between our previous work and this extension work. Previously, I mean, on this emerging idea paper, I only used Google Scholar because it's already argued that Google Scholar has a wide coverage of the relevant publications. And many researchers have used Google Scholar only. So I tried this. But according to our extension work, really, even